jagadbijamadyam
Brahmanamekam jagadbijamadyam
niriham nirakaram onkaravidyam
Niriham nirakaram onkaravidyam
yato jayate palyate yena vishvam
Yato jayate palyate yena vishvam
tamisham bhaje liyate yatra vishvam
Tamisham bhajeliyate yatra vishvam
Sahana bhavatu
Sahana bhavatu
Sahano bhunaktu
Sahano bhunaktu
Saha viryam karvavahai
Saha viryam karavavahai
Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma
Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma
Vidvishavahai
Vidvishavahai
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
So yesterday we finished the first 6 mantras of the Mandukya Upanishad. Before we proceed, let us just recapitulate what we studied till now. The Mandukya Upanishad starts with the idea that whatever we are seeing, it is all Om. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam. Whatever we are seeing, whatever is being known or perceived, it's all Om. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam. And this first chapter is just an exposition of this Om. We are trying to understand what is the meaning of Om. So, the secondary meaning of Om is this entire universe of our perception. This is the secondary meaning. So, the Upanishad said, Idam sarvam Om. Om iti etad aksharam. This one sound is what all this is. Bhutam bhavat bhavishyat. Past, present and future. Everything is Om. And that which is beyond the 3 points of time, that is also Om. In this way, this entire universe, the phenomenon of the world, is reduced to the root sound called Om. Om becomes the way to dissolve this universe. Om becomes the way to dissolve this movie. And the thing which was dissolved, the second verse says, that which you dissolved or in a way you rejected, the thing which you rejected, the second verse says, actually whatever you rejected, it is all nothing but Brahman. This idam sarvam which you reduce to Om, this idam sarvam is what? It is Brahman. Sarvam hi etat Brahma. Now this is what actually Sri Ramakrishna is referring to as Vijnana. Sri Ramakrishna gives that example. No? You go up the stairs. You go on rejecting the stairs. When you reach the rooftop, you find the material out of which the rooftop has been made. The stairs are also made of the same material. This is exactly the Upanishad is saying. What you reduced to Om and in a way you left behind, The second verse is saying, those things are all what? It's all of the same material. It's all Brahman. Now, anyhow, there are some people, they say that this is a totally Neo-Vedanta. I don't know what is the meaning of this Neo-Vedanta. It's the most funny. This is all human brains, human brain. We keep on concocting, inventing new things. Vedanta is Vedanta. There is nothing like Ramakrishna Vedanta, Shankara Vedanta, or Krishna's Vedanta. It is Upanishads. It is the complete picture of reality. Once and for all times it has been given. Every great teacher is coming just to reiterate it. Language may differ, emphasis may differ. It's all the reiteration of the complete picture of reality given in the Upanishads. If you study carefully Bhagavad Gita, it is the same vision. Everything is Brahman. Shankaracharya, through and through, everything is Brahman. Drishtim jnanamayam kritva pashyet brahmamayam jagat. This jagat, which we usually talk about giving up. What will you give up? It's all God and God alone. It's Brahman with open eyes. This is the teaching of Shankaracharya. This is the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. This is the teaching of all the great masters. Emphasis may change here and there. So you see, the first two verses itself is the complete picture of reality. First you dissolve idam sarvam into Om, and you realize the screen. And from there, when you look outside again at the thing which you dissolve, you will find that everything is Brahman. You take the analogy of screen and the movie. If you stop the movie, you will realize the screen. Once again, let the movie start. When you're watching the movie, what is that movie? It is nothing but screen. It is through and through nothing but screen. Is it not? There is nothing existing apart from screen. What you call as movie, it is only in ignorance. For a man of knowledge, it is all screen. There is nothing like two things, movie and the screen. It is just screen. For a Brahmagyani, there is nothing like world and Brahman. No. It is Brahman, nothing else Brahman. What we are seeing as world, this is only happening in our ignorance, in our buddhi dosha. Shankaracharya says it is in our buddhi dosha. You are referring to this as word. This is your buddhi dosha. This is Brahman. With open eyes, it's Brahman. This is what is God. There is no God to come from somewhere at some point of time. You open your eyes and see, you're seeing God. We are not understanding it. We are misreading our experience. Upanishads teach us to read our experience correctly. We are not reading our experiences correctly. We are misreading it. Upanishad is teaching us to read our perception correctly. What we are perceiving, it's all nothing but God and God alone. So everything is Brahman. Sarvam hi etat Brahma. And what about you as an individual? I am Atma Brahma. Don't forget to include yourself in that picture. Otherwise you will see, all this is Brahman, I am Swami Shuddhidananda. Gone. There is no Shuddhidananda here. There is no Shuddhidananda here, no Vivek, no Gautam, no Partha, no Shakuntala, nothing. It's Brahman in so many forms. This is the change of identity. We have to learn to look at everything from this standpoint. This is the ultimate vantage point from where you will be seeing things as it is, not as we human beings look at it through the human spectacle. We have to come out of this human spectacle and see things as it is. This human spectacle is that which distorts everything. This human spectacle is that which is distorting the reality. As long as you're sitting in the human spectacle and looking at things, you will be looking at things with all the human frailties. And we superimpose all our human frailties on God also. I will see that. Gaudapada says that. We are superimposing our human frailties on God also. We want God to be just like ourselves. You'll see that now. But what is the reality as it is, not looked at from the human spectacle? The reality will be realized only when we come out of the human spectacle and see the thing as it is. So the first two verses tells us the whole story, that whatever is, it is all Brahman. And you are Brahman. This is exactly what Shankaracharya compresses into two beautiful lines. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Initially, the Jagat is rejected. Rejected? No, it has not been rejected. The second line completes the story. The Jiva and Jagat is what? It is nothing but Brahman. What you rejected is Brahman. What you are referring to as Jiva and Jagat, it is nothing but Brahman. Where is the Jiva? Where is the Jagat? Whatever is there, it's Brahman. This is what Sri Ramakrishna has used a term. He has not invented any. Who can invent anything new? This is the complete picture of reality. So the Jiva is Brahman. Jagat is Brahman. No, in order to further have a stronger conviction about this plain truth, the Upanishad further is analyzing. So I am Atma Chatushpa. This Atma, it is Chatushpa. Chatushpa means this Atman with four quarters. The Shankaracharya beautifully said that it is like the four quarters of a coin, not like the four legs of a cow. Just like the four quarters of the coin. In the coin, the four quarters, are the quarters actually existing? It is coin. The quarters are just an imagination. Now here, Jagrat Swapna Sushupti is just an imaginary quarter existing on the Atman which we are. So we are all actually Chatushpad Atman. Each one of us is actually speaking Chatushpad Atman. Chatushpad Atman, Chatushpad Atman, Chatushpad Atman. It is happening. It is a matter of direct experience. Direct experience. Each one is a Chatushpad Atman. On the Atman, the waking individual is seen. On the Atman, the dream individual will be seen. On the Atman, the sleep entity will be seen. Again on the Atman, the waking entity will come. Again on the Atman, the dream entity will come. Again on the Atman, the sleep entity will be experienced. Each one of us is Chatushpad Atman. Okay, then let us go further deeper into it. So what is the first quarter? In the first quarter, the name of the Atman is Vishwa. There are some characteristics of Atman in the waking state. His awareness is externalized, you see. Vivek is sitting in front of me, Jayapradaji is sitting in front of me, Shuddhidananda is sitting in front of Jayapradaji. All awareness is externalized. Bahishpragya. And in the waking quarter, Atman is experiencing gross objects. This Atman is named as Vishwa. Then this scene goes away. The second movie comes. Green comes. Just a little while ago, this scene was not there. 5 hours back, this scene was not there. Was it there? What was there? Atman was there. A little while ago, 5 hours back, this scene was not there. Vivek and Shuddhidananda was not there in this form. They were existing in a different form. Atman was always existing. The second quarter is the dream quarter, Swapnastha, in which Atman is given the name of Taijasa. Taijasa because there is no external source of light there. It is all mind. Mind is the subject, mind is the object. Atman playing with the subtle realm, the dream. It is known as Taijasa. Then Atman is Pravivikta Bhuk. Atman is experiencing the subtle. And its awareness is internalized. In the dream, it's all the play of mind. It's the most fascinating experience actually. It's the play of mind which is going on there. There also Shuddhidananda is there, okay. And that Shuddhidananda is not this Shuddhidananda. That is an interesting thing. Gautam, the Gautam sitting here is not the same Gautam who is there in the dream state. That's a totally different. There is no connection actually speaking. Shakti who is sitting here in the waking state, when the dream starts, there also you will find a Shakti there. But that Shakti is not this Shakti. It's a totally different thing. Wait. These are all just coming and going. What is actually always existing there is Atman. So you see, in the dream state, this very Atman is given the name of Taijasa, where the awareness is internalized and Atman is experiencing the subtle, pravyuktama. That scene is also gone. Atman experiencing Anandam in sleep state. There is no more manifestation there. We are in the undifferentiated state. We means Atman is experiencing the undifferentiated. All manifestation, all differentiation gone. There, that very Atman is referred to as Pragya. And it is experiencing Anandam. It is Prajnanakara. It is referred to as Pragya. Atman is moving in these three states. This is what we had seen. And this causal state, Atman in the causal state, this causal state is what is referred to as Ishvara also. Pragya in its individual aspect, in the cosmic aspect, it is Ishvara. It is the most wonderful thing. See, I always emphasize this point. Even before realizing the Atman, even to understand our connection with Ishvara is going to totally transform our lives. If we understand our Sambandham, Ishvara Sambandham, we are all being sustained by that Ishvara. And we have no other existence apart from Ishvara. That causal body is what is appearing in the form of the manifested waking and dream state. It is that causal entity, the causal being, which is appearing in the form of this mysterious Jagat. And this mysterious Jagat is no Jagat, it is Ishvara. Even from the causal standpoint, everything is Ishvara. We have not reached Atman yet. Even plainly from the causal standpoint, the causal is what? Ishvara. Even from that standpoint, what is existing is all Ishvara only. Is the cause and effect two different things? Effect is nothing but cause. The cause is Ishvara. Effect is what? It's Ishvara. See, everything is Ishvara. Even in the manifested Saguna state, everything Ishvara. Where is Jagat? Where is Jiva? Vedanta Upanishad rejects this idea of what is existing. Even in the Saguna standpoint, it is all Ishvara only. Now, you see, this being the case, now Gaudapadacharya's first Karika is so beautiful. Gaudapadacharya says, Bahish pragyo vibhur vishvo anta pragyastu taijasa ghana pragyastatha pragya eka eva tritha smarta. Now Gaudapadacharya summed up what we discussed in the first 6 mantras. In the first Karika, Gaudapadacharya said that it is the one person which is having three names. They are not three different entities. Vishwa, Taijas and Pragya are not three persons. It is the name of the one person, the one Atman. Atman is Vishwa in the waking. Atman is Taijasa in the dream. Atman is Pragya in the sleep. It is the name of one entity. And there Shankaracharya draws some beautiful conclusions. He says, you see, this waking, dream and sleep, they are all successively following one another. Is it not? Just look into your experience. It is so palpable. How far is this Atman? To understand your free nature, how far is it? It's all just Viveka. This is actually what is happening is Viveka. The clarity about who you are. How far is it? Absolutely there is no distance. It is just a matter of Viveka. Jayapradaji sitting here. Where was this Jayapradaji a little while ago? Before that in sleep. Where was she? These waking, dream and sleep, waking, dream and sleep, waking, dream and sleep, following one another, it's coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. Atman is the witness of all the three. And you are that. You are that. This is the plain truth. You are not that one entity inside one state. You are not this Jayaprada of the waking state. You are the Atman which is witnessing this Jayaprada. You are the Atman which is witnessing the Jayaprada of the dream also. And you are the Atman which is witnessing the Anandam of the sleep state also. Again, the Jayaprada of the waking state comes. You are the witness of this Jayaprada of the waking state. Again, this Jayaprada of the waking state will vanish. The Jayaprada of the dream state will come. You are the witness of the Jayaprada of the dream state. Again, the dream Jayaprada will vanish, and again, the sleep state will come. You are the witness of that blissful sleep state. One state following the other. These things are coming and going. You are the eternal witness, the Atman, Chatushpad Atman. Shankaracharya says, what is the meaning of this? You are, he is saying, Avasthatraya Vyatirikta, number one. You are, this itself proves that you are distinct from the three states. You are not bound in any of the states. Who is bound here? No one is bound here. Please understand this part. We are free. This very moment we are free. Where is bondage? Bondage is existing only in Aviveka. You are not bound. You have taken it for granted that you are bound. This is the problem. Upanishad, Shankaracharya is saying, what is the conclusion of this wonderful picture of Chatushpad Atman? Atman with the four quarters. These quarters are all imaginary, coming and going, coming and going. Atman is there. You are that. So the first conclusion is that these states follow one another successively, whereas you are the Atman, witnessing all of them. So this itself proves that you are Avasthatraya Vyatirikta. You are distinct from the three states. These three states are Mahadbhutam Manirvachaniyam. These three states along with the Gautam inside these three states. Okay, you are not Gautam. You are not Gautam. You are the Atman which is witnessing the three states inside which you find Gautam a character. The waking Gautam, the dream Gautam, and sleep, absolutely nothing. You are the witness of all these things coming and going. That itself proves that you are Avasthatraya Vyatirikta. You are distinct from the three states. Second, you are absolutely pure, Shuddhatvam. You are stainless. We are all stainless. Can you imagine what Shankaracharya is telling? You are born pure. No stain can touch us. All the stain is only owing to our identification with the states. We feel impure because we get identified with the imaginary quarters. All the defect is in the quarters, but the quarters are imaginary. The movie is not really existing. What is existing is the screen. In the movie, all kinds of dirty things may be happening. But is the screen getting stained? In the movie, all kinds of evil things and dirty things may be going on. But tell me, is the screen getting stained? We are that screen, absolutely unstained. The defect is in the quarters, but not in the witness of the quarters. Shuddhatva, second point, so brilliant. Third point, Asangatvam. We don't have to become detached. Where is attachment? Atman is not attached to anything. A little while ago, we were in dream state. Were we stuck up there? Are we stuck up there? That's gone, is it not? Are we stuck up with our dream experiences? It's gone. Acha, presently we are here. We feel that we are stuck up here. No, we are not stuck up here. After some time you will find this is gone. You are into dream state again. Who is stuck up here? No one is stuck up here. Every day it is happening. These things are coming and going. Tell me, where are you stuck up? You are stuck up nowhere. You are naturally asanga. You don't have to practice. It's all knowledge, jnana, viveka. If you understand the truth, you see, you will realize this is what is the realization. It's here right now. Don't. See, we have been hypnotized in spiritual life. Brahma Jnana is very difficult, it's a big thing. Shankaracharya in his commentary says that it is surprising that you are not knowing the truth. How is that you won't know the truth? This is the point. If you know the truth, it is nothing surprising. What is surprising that being a human being, if we don't know the truth, that is what is surprising. This similar statement Raja Maharaj also makes in his Eternal Companion. He says, if you become a Brahma Jnani, what is surprising about it? How is that you won't know yourself? That is the point. How is that you won't know yourself? What is big deal about it? We have to know it. Shankaracharya says in his commentary, if you know the truth, that's not big a deal. What is surprising is that, how is that you're not knowing the truth? That is the point. Because we are not applying Viveka. Let Viveka be applied, things will become clearer and clearer, and it will become a matter of experience. So we have been hypnotized into so many wrong kinds of narratives. In our books itself we will find plenty of them. And we are fanning these narratives, weakening narratives. That is why Swami Vivekananda didn't want all this nonsense here in this Advaita Ashrama. I will talk about it later. Because people bored, like Shankaracharya, absolutely. We are fanning these weakening standpoints and we want to just cling to it. Okay, you remain there, no problem. That has got its place, we don't deny it. But God has gifted us with the real faculty through which you can know the reality. We are not utilizing it. So see the conclusions. Avasthatraya vitariktatvam, shuddhatvam and asangatvam. This is our true nature. Chatushpad Atma. Now see the next verse. Next verse is brilliant. What Gaudapada says here. He is saying, Dakshinakshi mukhe vishvo manasyantastu tejasah Akashe charidi pragya Tribha dehe vyavastitah. What is the meaning? Shankaracharya, right in the beginning, he tells something wonderful. Now we have been investigating into waking, dream and sleep state. Is it not? Usually what happens? We have to go into a room, lie down on our bed, and then we go to sleep. Is it not? Usually, our sleep means what? When you go back to the guest house, you will be lying down on your bed, you will take a blanket, and you go to sleep. Shankaracharya says here, all the three states of waking, dream, and sleep can be experienced here itself, in the waking state itself. You don't have to separately go into your room and get into your blankets to sleep. It is all here itself. It's a very, very significant point. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti is all in the Jagrat itself. Waking, dream and sleep, everything is in the waking state itself. How? You see, when we are dreaming, do we know that we are dreaming? When we are experiencing dream, no one knows that we are dreaming, is it not? When we are fast asleep, in deep sleep state, do we know that we are asleep? We don't know we are asleep. Only when you come to the waking state, you are remembering that I saw a dream. You are remembering that I slept nicely. When you were in the sleep and when you were in the dream state, you never understood that you were dreaming and you were sleeping. Only when you came out of these two states, you just reconnect your experience that I dreamt and I slept. This itself is a proof that actually we are knowing everything in the waking state. Whatever we are knowing, it is happening in the waking state. In the other two states, we are not knowing consciously. We are just recollecting those experiences. Is this not the fact? Our knowledge conscious knowledge. It is the feature of the so-called waking state. Conscious knowledge is the feature of the so-called waking state. Dream also, we are not conscious of that. Only when we wake, we recollect, we dreamt something. Similarly with sleep state also, we are not consciously aware when we are asleep. Only when we wake up, we recollect that we slept nicely. So whatever conscious experiences we have, it is all in the waking state. And that is what here now Gaudapadacharya and Shankaracharya is presenting to us. All the three states of waking, dream and sleep, we have to consciously experience it in the waking state itself. What was happening unconsciously, the dream which is experienced unconsciously and later reconnected in the waking state, the sleep which was experienced unconsciously and later reconnected in the waking state, those very dream and sleep has to be consciously experienced in the waking state itself. I once again repeat, it's very important. This is the key to self-realization here. What we have been experiencing unconsciously, the dream and the sleep, both these dream and sleep has to be experienced consciously here in the waking state itself. How do we do that? That is what is this verse dealing with. Gaudapadacharya is making a brilliant statement. These are all the key to self-realization. You see, what is he? He is saying that Dakshinakshi Mukhe Vishwa. This Vishwa is active through the right eye. It may be perplexing and confusing. What do you mean by Vishwa is active through the right eye? I am simplifying it, okay? Don't go literally by translation. I am giving the inner essence of the whole verse. Dakshinakshe Mukhe Vishwa. Who is Vishwa? Vishwa is Atman in the waking state. Okay. What the statement means is that Vishwa means Atman in the waking state. Atman in the waking state is specifically active through the right eye. Dakshina Aksha. Dakshina Aksha means right eye. Dakshina means right and Aksha is eye. Dakshinakshi Mukhe Vishwa. So this Vishwa, Atman in the waking state, he is specially active in the right eye. What does it mean? Right eye is only symbolical. Right eye is representing all the sense organs. Right eye is representing all the sense organs. What the statement means is that in the waking state, Atman is active through all the gross sense organs. So this is the defining trait and characteristic of the waking state. In the waking state, the Atman is active through all the gross sense organs. Then, Manasyantastu Taijasa. Who is Taijasa? Atman in the dream state. Atman in the dream state, who is referred to as Taijasa, he is active through mind and mind alone. In the dream state, the gross sense organs are not there. See, we have to check our experiences. In the dream state, are our gross sense organs functioning there? Do our gross sense organs function there? Are these gross sense organs? This gross body is not there at all. So what is there in the dream? It's only mind. Atman is active through the mind. Is it not? In the waking state, Atman is active through the sense organs. See, these are the defining characteristics of these two states. When your sense organs are active, you should know that you are in the waking state. You're not dreaming. Is it not? Check it out. If your sense organs are open and if it is active, that means you are awake. If your sense organs are not functioning, only your mind is functioning, you are in dream. Taijasa. The third point. Akashecha Riti Pragya. Who is Pragya? Pragya is Atman in the sleep state. And Atman in the sleep state, in that state, what is active? Hridaya Akasha, not even mind. Hridaya Akasha means the causal body. The causal body, Atman is only experiencing the causal body. So Atman and these three states, Atman functioning through the gross sense organs is the waking. Atman functioning only through the mind is dream. And Atman in the causal state is what is sleep. Okay. Now Shankaracharya in his commentary says, all the three we are experiencing here itself. Let us experiment. You're all looking at me. I am looking at you. What is active here? Sense organs. Sense organs are active. See, your eyes are open, my eyes are open, your ears are open, you're listening to my voice, you're looking at me. This is the waking state. Atman is active through the sense organs. That means we are awake. Now, I have seen Shakuntala. Shakuntala is looking at me. Okay? Shakuntala, you are seeing me through the sense organs. Now, shut your eyes. All of you shut your eyes. You are visualizing my form. Now, the sense organs have been suspended. Only mind is active. This is dream. This is the characteristic of dream, where the sense organs have stopped functioning, and when you are visualizing something in the mind, this is what is dream. This is the defining characteristic of dream. In the dream, gross sense organs don't function. This we can do here. This is exactly what we are doing in meditation. So, when the sense organs are open, eyes are open, this is waking. You shut your eyes, whatever you saw through the eyes, now you are visualizing in the mind, you have entered into the dream state. Because the characteristic of dream is what? Absence of gross sense organs and activation of mind and mind alone. You have started experiencing dream, imagination, everything. It's a dream state. Third point. If you push this further, if this mental activity, first you kept your eyes open and you were seeing the world outside, it was waking. Now, what you saw through the sense organs, you are shutting down the sense organs, and what you saw through the sense organs, you are seeing it in the mind. This is dream, because the sense organs have been suspended. Now, what you are seeing in the mind, if that mental activity is also suspended, you reach the sleep state. Here itself, in the waking state itself, you reach the causal body. Means you are traveling from Vishwa to Taijasa to Pragya here itself, Shankaracharya says. So brilliant. This is exactly what we are doing in meditation. What do you do in meditation? Do you keep your eyes open? We close our eyes, then only mind is active. The more and more you go inward, the mind, body, it's everything becoming inactive, means you have left the waking state. Then all the activity is going on inside the mind. If the dream state is going on there, then if the mental activity is also suspended, as you go deeper and deeper in meditation, the mind also begins to become calmer and calmer and calmer and calmer and calmer. You enter into Pragya consciously. Remember, if you enter into Pragya consciously, you will become element. Write it down. If you enter into Pragya, that Pragya into which you are entering consciously, that itself is Turiya. You're coming to that point now. Shankaracharya says, when you enter into Pragya consciously, that very thing becomes Turiya. That person will become element here in the waking state itself. So you see, all the three, the waking, and the dream and the sleep, they are to be experienced in the waking state itself. When your sense organs are active, that means you're waking. Now this is not dream. You close your eyes, You are drowned in the world of the mind. The dream has started. You are left behind your gross senses. You are left behind the gross body. In meditation, what happens? If you're really meditating very well, the gross things goes away, then it's all mind, is it not? Mind is active. Mind is very much active. It's dream. What is the dream state? It is all mind only. There are no external things there. Then you are seeing all things inside the mind. Are we not? Is it not? Tell me, in which light are you seeing those things inside the mind? Is there any external light there? But it's as clear as anything else, is it not? Whatever you see in the mind, which is that light in which you are seeing the forms of the mind? It's fascinating, it is. It is Atman. Atman's light of consciousness illuminating everything there. And let the waves of the mind also subside. You are transiting from dream to so-called causal state. But that causal state is no more causal state. If you consciously enter into pragya, consciously, every day we are entering into pragya unconsciously. We are falling into it, is it not? Every day we fall into pragya. Pragya means sleep. Every day we fall into sleep. If you consciously enter into the state of pragya, you will come back illumined. Here itself. So see the observation made by Gaudabhadacharya. He is saying, all the waking and the dream and the sleep, it's all here in the waking state itself. Now this is a thing, something to be verified. Everything can be verified. Check it out. Today evening, you try this when we sit down for meditation. From waking to dream to how far is reality? It's all so close. See, we are discussing Chatushpad Atman. This waking, the dream, these are all just imaginary quarters. Your real nature is the Atman, the unchanging Atman, the real witness of all this changing taking place. See, you're leaving the waking behind. When you stop your sense organs, you're leaving behind the waking state. Waking state is gone. Then you are witnessing the dream. Dream means mental activity. And let this mental activity also go, you enter into pragya. These things are coming and going. But who is seeing all these things? You are seeing it. You not as Shakti or Manju, you as the Atman. Manju and Shakti, they are all coming and going. But you are that witness. Atman. Right here, right now. Now this proves that you are different from all those things. Avastha traya vyatiriktatvam. It proves that you are absolutely pure. There is no impurity in you. And this also proves that you are absolutely detached, asangam. You are not attached to anything. It is aviveka which makes us feel that we are caught up here. No, we are not caught up anywhere. We are not caught up anywhere. We are free this very moment. See. Then, this commentary is very long and very beautiful, so there's no point in going through all those things, but only the important thing I'm just touching upon. And the next verse says, see, every verse has to be verified. We have to give several days to check it out. You can check out this very verse, practice this verse. You take up any verse and spend days together to check it out what is being told is true or false. This one verse can be taken up as a sadhana for the next 1 month. This verse, what here? Dakshinakshi mukhe vishvo manasyantastu taijasa akashe ridit pragya tridha dehe vyavastita. All the three are existing in this deha itself. In this body itself, all the three is existing. This 3 quarters is not somewhere else. This is the 3 quarters. We are all, this external structure is the 3 quarters, behind which is the 4th. The 3 quarters is coming and going every day. This gross viveka is gone in the dream. The dream viveka is gone. Sleep comes. But it is the Atman which is witnessing all these things happening. Chatushpada. It is happening right here, right now. Then, Vishvo hi stulabham nityam
Vishvo hi stulabham nityam
Taijasa praviviktabhuk
Taijasa praviviktabhuk
Anandabhuk tatha pragya
Anandabhuk tatha pragya
Stridha bhogam nibodhata
Siddha bhogam nibodhata
Sthulam tarpayate vishvam
Sthulam tarpayate vishvam
Praviviktam tu taijasam
Praviviktam tu taijasam
Anandascha tatha pragyam
Anandascha tatha pragyam
Tridha tripnim nibodhata.
Tridha triptim nibodhata.
Gaudapadacharya is now telling us there are three types of experiences and there are three types of satisfactions. Atman is having three kinds of experiences and Atman is having three kinds of satisfactions. How? You see, Vishvo hi stulabham nityam. Vishva. Who is Vishva? Or never say waking state. You should always refer Atman. Hit the idea, not waking state. Atman in the waking state. It's all the description of the Atman. We are not studying waking and dream and sleep. We are investigating into the Atman. Atman in the waking state is Vishva. Atman in the dream state is Taijasa. Atman in the sleep state is Pragya. It's all Atman. That is the stress actually. Actually, Atman alone is existing. This is all just imaginary quarters. This should be kept in mind. The stress is on the Atman. That is our true nature. So, this Vishva, Atman in the waking state, Sthulabhu, it experiences gross objects. Taijasa praviviktabhu. Taijasa is Atman in the dream state. Atman in the dream state is experiencing certain objects. And Anandabhuk tatha pragya. Pragya is Atman in the sleep state. Atman in the sleep state is witnessing Anandam. Tridha bhogam nibodhata. Atman is having three kinds of, here bhoga means experiences. It is experiencing the gross, it is experiencing the subtle, and it is experiencing the causal. Now there are some beautiful conclusions to be drawn from this. We will see, we will take up both the things. Then sthulam tarpayate vishvam. Now this first verse is simple. This is a reiteration of what we have already studied. The mantras 4, 5, 6, where the first quarter was described. Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara is Sthulabhu. Then Taijasa is Praviviktabhu. And Pragya is Anandabhu. The mantra that is being reiterated here. The next verse is very important. Sthulam tarpayate vishvam. Vishvam, sthulam tarpayate. Vishvam is Atman in the waking state. Atman in the waking state can be satisfied only by gross objects. It's very important now. Praviviktam tu taijasam. Taijasa is Atman in the dream state. Atman in the dream state can be satisfied only by the subtle. And Anandascha tatha pragya. Pragya is Atman in the sleep state. Atman in the sleep state can be only satisfied by Ananda. Tridha triptim nibodhata. These are the three kinds of tripti. Tripti means satisfactions. Now what is the conclusion out of this? You will see, Ananda is Atman in the waking state, Vishwa. Atman in the waking state, who is known as Vishwa, it can be satisfied only by gross. What does it mean? Here, in the waking state, if you are hungry, you have to take gross food. Imaginary mental food is not going to satisfy us. Understanding? If you are hungry, imaginary laddu is not going to satisfy my hunger. You need solid gross laddu. You understand? Here, our satisfactions have to be all gross. imaginary mental food is not going to satisfy my appetite. Now the same is equally applicable to the dream state. In the dream state is what? Dream state is Atman, that is Taijasa is the Atman in the dream state. Now Atman in the dream state cannot be satisfied with this gross food. How do you understand that? Jayaprada ji had nice sumptuous dinner, okay? Dinner, night. Nice sumptuous dinner. Jayaprada ji had very nice, wonderful, sumptuous dinner. And she went to bed. Then the dream started. In the dream, then there Jayaprada is seeing that she is madly hungry. Here Jayaprada, the waking Jayaprada had eaten sumptuous food. But in the dream, there is another Jayaprada which is madly hungry. This gross food is not going to satisfy that Jayaprada. There the Jayaprada will have to have the dream food, the subtle food. That alone can satisfy. You understand? Here in the waking, imaginary food is not going to satisfy Vishwa. Imaginary mental food is not going to satisfy Vishwa. And the gross food of the waking state is not going to satisfy the Taijasa. The difference. Totally two different things. That's why this happens in our experience also. No? See, we may dreaming somebody who is a very rich man here. Oh, we can take an example. Tata, rich man. He may suddenly get into a dream state and he will find that he is a poor beggar there in the dream. Anything can happen. So the money and his riches here in the waking state, it has got no relevance to his dream experience. In the dream experience, only the dream objects can satisfy it. Thus, waking gross objects cannot satisfy the dream person. Similarly, the dream objects, the subtle objects, the dream objects are not going to satisfy the waking entity. These are all very beautiful observations. So in the waking state, the gross alone can satisfy us. The subtle imaginary things cannot satisfy us. Similarly, in the dream state, this is absolutely irrelevant. This has got no relevance there. So in this way, we find that Gaudapatacharya is saying that we have, Atman is undergoing three kinds of experiences and three kinds of satisfactions. Three kinds of experiences are what? Gross, subtle and causal. And three kinds of satisfactions. That is also gross, subtle and causal. And the satisfaction of a particular state should come from that state itself. You understand? The satisfaction of the waking state, it has to come from the objects of the waking state itself. The objects of the dream is not going to satisfy the waking entity. And the objects of the waking is not going to satisfy the dream entity. Now, the interesting thing is that Atman is the witness of all these things. And that is what is the next verse now. Beautiful. Three types of experiences and three kinds of satisfactions. Now see the next verse. Trishudhamasu yad bhojyam bhokta yascha prakirtitah vedaitat ubhayam yastu sabhunjano na lipyate. Beautiful. This is the outcome, the fruit of Viveka. This is the fruit which we are actually wanting in our life. This is the fruit of this whole exercise which we are actually seeking and wanting in life. What is that? Gaudapatacharya is saying here, Trishu dhamasu yad bhojyam bhokta yascha prakirtitah. There are two terms used here. One is bhokta and the other is bhojyam. Bhokta and bhojyam. Bhokta means the experiencer and bhojya means the things which are experienced. Bhokta and bhojya. Bhokta is the experiencer And bhoja is that thing which is experienced. Now, in all the three states, it is a play of the experiencer and the things experienced. Two entities are always existing. In all the three states, these two entities are always existing. There is an experiencer and there is something which is being experienced. Bhokta and bhoja. Gaudapadacharya is saying, Trishu Dhamasu. Trishu Dhamasu means in all the three states. In all the three states of waking, dream and sleep. One who knows exactly who is the experiencer and what is being experienced, that person, even when he or she is undergoing all the experiences, that person will remain absolutely unaffected. These are all experiential things in life. This person will remain absolutely unaffected. Nothing can derail this person. Is this not something which we are seeking in life? Is this not something which we are seeking in life? We are presently seriously affected by every small things happening in our life. It is owing to mixing up of things. It is owing to absence of viveka between who is the experiencer and what is being experienced. Now, in all the three states, if we exactly know who is the experiencer and what is being experienced, then this person will remain absolutely unaffected. Nothing can affect this person. It's a great attainment. It's a great attainment in life. Now, how? Shankaracharya says here. Now, in all the three states, the problem is that, see, we have to discuss the problem. Problem is what? This Shuddhidananda. Shuddhidananda thinks that he is the experiencer. This is the basic problem. Is this not the point? Everywhere. Now, he in the waking here, Shakuntala is thinking that she is experiencing. She, this entity. This Shakuntala is experiencing this waking world. This is misunderstanding. Actually, Shakuntala is not the experiencer. It is Atman who is experiencing. And Shakuntala is the object which is being experienced. You understand? Shakuntala is not the experiencer. Experiencer is the Atman. The Shakuntala entity is an object which is being experienced by the Atman. You understand this part? And this is happening in all the three states. This, inside the movie, there is a character called Shakuntala. Shakuntala is thinking that she is watching, she is seeing the movie around. Inside the movie, okay? Inside the movie, inside the one state, inside this waking state, there is a character called Shakuntala. And that Shakuntala is thinking that I am seeing the waking world. She is not seeing the waking world. Who is the seer here? Atman, the screen. Shakuntala herself is an object which is being experienced by the Atman. Now, will this apply to all the three states? In all the three states, if you know correctly who is the experiencer and what is being experienced, if you have a clear-cut distinction between these two, see, it's all Viveka. It's all Viveka. That's why we first study Vivek Chudamani and then we come to Mandukya Upanishad. There is nothing else. Viveka is the whole secret. That is why Shankaracharya so brilliantly says that is Chudamani, nothing greater than Viveka. If Viveka is activated, everything becomes clear. Absence of Viveka, we are messing up with life. Endless messing up with life. It's going on. And we are waiting and waiting and waiting some magic to happen. Let the Viveka be activated and see. The whole thing will change. The person's life itself is radically transformed. This is that transformation. The person becomes absolutely unaffected. if you know in all the three states who is the experiencer and what is being experienced. So in all the three states, the experiencer is one. And what is that one entity? Atman. The waking Shakuntala is experienced by the Atman. In the dream also there is a Shakuntala. It is experienced by the Atman. Shakuntala is the object which is being experienced. And in the sleep also, who is experiencing sleep? It is not Shakuntala who is experiencing sleep, it is Atman who is witnessing the sleep. So in all the three states, the experiencer is one. There are not three experiencers. The experiencer is one, that is the Atman. And what about the, Shankaracharya so brilliantly says, what about the objects experienced? Are there three different objects which are being experienced, like waking and dream and sleep? See the brilliant conclusion. Now we are thinking that there are three different objects which we are experiencing. Three objects categorized as waking object, dream object, and sleep object. No. It is one thing which is being experienced by one experiencer. What are this waking, dream, and sleep? Shankaracharya brings it down to one sweeping statement. All these three states are what? It is nothing but manaspandana matram. It is just the vibration of the mind. Waking is mind vibrating in a gross way. Dream is mind vibrating in a subtle way. And sleep is absence of mental vibration. Waking is mental vibration in a gross manner. Dream is mental vibration in subtle manner. And sleep is the suspension of mental vibration. Whatever it is, what we are experiencing, it is just mental vibration. Manaspandana matram. So one experiencer and one object of experience. In all the three states, this is just manaspandana matram. It is mind only. How it is mind we have seen, no? Does this world exist apart from the mind? We have seen that. Does the world exist apart from the mind? If the mind becomes suspended, where does the world go? Word and mind, they are inseparable. They are not inseparable. It is mind only. There is nothing called world. It is just mind. Let the mind become calm down. The world will vanish. Literally it will vanish. It doesn't even exist. So what is vibrating in the form of world is nothing but mind. Mind vibrating in a gross manner. Mind vibrating in a subtle manner is dream. And absence of mental activity is what is sleep. So in all the three states, the object which is being experienced is one. And in all the three states, the experiencer is also one. Atman seeing the play of mind. Atman is watching the movie. These movies are coming and going. I am that Atman, witness. Now one who understands this clearly, Shankaracharya and Gaudapatacharya, they say, Trishu dhamasu yad bhokta bhojyam yascha prakirtitaha Vedaitat ubhayam yastu bhonjano san nadipyate. Even when that person is experiencing one state after the other, one state after the other successively is following and it's coming and going. And even when all the three experiences are coming and going, the experiencer is absolutely unaffected. We are that. Nothing can affect us. Write it down. We have to take solid stand now. If you really want to be illumined, this is the stand. Right now, right here. No imagination. This is a fact which can be verified. A person who is established in this vision, he cannot be derailed in life. Otherwise, at every step, we are getting hit and we are getting derailed. Is this not the fact of life? Is this not the reality of life? It's all owing to absence of viveka as to what is what. Presently, we are mistaking that Shuddhidananda is the experiencer. Shakuntala is the experiencer. Ramphal is the experiencer. Ramphal is not the experiencer. Ramphal is the object which is being experienced by the Atman, and you are that. So in all the three states, one who knows clearly what is being experienced and who is the experiencer. So Bhunjano api, even when he is undergoing all the experiences, Nalipyate, what is statement it is? Revelation. That person cannot be affected by anything else. See, it's all experience. You see the beauty of this wisdom? Any cock and bull story in this? God here, God there. It's all based on anything weakening, tell me how strengthening it is. Anything weakening in the study? In fact, all our weakness begins to disappear. You become strong. This is what Swami Vivekananda roars like a lion. Upanishads. The song of Upanishad is only three: strength, freedom, and fearlessness. Strength, freedom, and fearlessness. Strength, freedom, and fearlessness. This is the song of the Upanishads. Nothing else. Here, right now, where all weakness comes to an end, you realize your free nature. You are free, you are born free. And fearlessness, all fear begins to vanish from our hearts. You see the nature of the study, how beautiful it is. So a person who exactly knows who is the experiencer and what is being experienced, even when he or she is undergoing all the experiences, he or she cannot be derailed. That person remains unaffected. Now, I don't want to take up the next verse. I will take it in the Atma, because from here, a beautiful subject starts. The subject about creation. We all have an idea. What is the idea? It's very usual. It is very usually, this is the idea that we have in our mind about what we are seeing. We think that this is a world and the world has been created. Is it not? Dunya hai, jagat ko kisi ne banaya hai. So the creation is there and there is a creator idea. We'll come to that point. From here onwards, we are going to take some very radical views about what we are perceiving here. So I don't want to take it up now. If you have any question related to what we are discussing, don't deviate and distract. Okay, 1 minute. Ronalika, you say. What is that?
So my question is, as Atman is the only constant and the substratum of all the three states, so can we ever irreversibly experience, even in the waking state, the beauty of or the anand of Turiya irreversibly in our waking state, because it's just a switch?
No. Everything has to be experienced in the waking state itself.
Without going in the meditation 24/7.
That will happen when you become illumined. Initially, meditation is required. Pranalika, meditation is inevitable, indispensable. It is only in profound meditation, when the movie stops for some time, you will be realizing the screen. And once you have realized the screen, then with the open eyes you will be seeing everything as nothing else but Brahma. That Turiya Anubhuti, it's all in the waking state itself. With the open eyes, what you have said is very true. Upanishads teach us to see divinity with open eyes. Let me tell you. This is the philosophy of the Upanishad. This is the philosophy of Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati. It's all vision with the open eyes. Krishna is teaching us to see divinity with the open eyes. Shankaracharya, seeing divinity with the open eyes. It's all Brahman. Vivekananda, seeing divinity with the open eyes. So this is all going to happen in the waking state itself. But for that, first you have to go deep through meditation and discover. It is discovering. The truth is presently covered. As if it is covered, this has to be discovered and experienced. Then with the open eyes, you will be seeing everything as divine. That's the point. Yes, Father?
An obstacle that I'm coming up against is the concept of objective reality. So for example, if I get up and leave this class, the class still continues. I don't subjectively experience the class, but that doesn't mean the class doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that it's not happening. So this seems to work very well within a subjective framework. It seems totally internally consistent. but there seems to be, and I'm sure it's because I'm not understanding it.
Exactly.
I know this objection has been made
Yes.
somewhere.
Actually, this question is coming from the individual. This question is cropping up from the individual called Father Kasyan. When the Father Kasyan leaves this classroom, for the time being, for the Father Kasyan, this classroom doesn't exist. But still it is existing. Now this is being asked from the standpoint of the person, the individual. Actually, we have to go to the roots. You go to the Samashti viewpoint. You take this entire movie in its totality. From there you will get answer to this issue. See, if you take this Father Kasyan's existence for granted, then this question comes. Who is this questioner? That is the question. If you come to that point, you will get the answer to this question. This entity called Father Kasyan, who is posing this question, that Father Kasyan has taken it for granted that such an entity is existing. So this question is coming up in that mind. So following the directions given by the Upanishads and the Guru, Father Kasyan should first go in that direction and see for himself what this reality of the Atman is, which is the witness of the entire movie. It is the witness of the entire movie, both individual as well as cosmic. The entire movie. Then you will get the answer to this question. Actually, does the movie exist? This objective reality which you are talking about, where does it exist? What is existing is the screen and the Atman and Atman alone. So this question is coming.
But we all live in the Vyavaharika. We all live in the...
No, that's fine. See, Vyavaharika is only from a certain standpoint. But this Vyavaharika should be looked at from the Paramarthika. Let us not be deluded by the problem is, see, if you take this Vyavaharika for granted, as if it is existing independently on its own, then we are in trouble. This Vyavaharika is just like a shadow. For example, the movie which is going on the screen, it is Vyavaharika. If you just look into the movie as movie without reference to the screen, then it will appear to be real. As if the movie itself is real, as if everything that is happening there is real. But the question is, what is the status of this movie? That should be the status of this Vyavaharika. What is the status of this Vyavaharika? The very term Vyavaharika means that. It shows that its status is not absolutely real. The very term Vyavaharika means for the time being, you have given a provisional reality to it, a provisional sense of reality to it. That is what is the meaning of the term Vyavaharika. It is not actually real. The very term Vyavaharika means that. And the term Paramarthika is just the opposite. What is actually existing is the screen and screen alone. So this question is coming from somewhere by taking it for granted that this question is actually existing. This questioner should first find out what is the status of this questioner himself. Then the answer will be clear.
Or as we can say, it is like we are all together in a dream and we are talking. The dream doesn't exist. Something like that.
Dream is mysterious.
So when you wake, you know that it didn't exist, and we are all asking these questions within the...
Yes, very right. Exactly, this is the dream going on, exactly. It's a movie going on. And this question is being posed inside the movie about the objective reality of the dream state. This is the dream state which is going on. Movie is just a dream. Now see, that is what is going to be discussed in the next verse now. What is this creation actually? Does it really exist? Did creation really take place? Was Father Kasyan really born? You have to go to the root. So the best thing, Father Kasyan should ask this question. Who is asking this question? You find out that. Who is this questioner? Who is asking this question? Trying to go to that point and see from there you will get the answer.
These three states follow each other, or when we go to the sleep, when we go to the sleep. Now without dreaming, we can go to the deep sleep.
Deep sleep. Actually, it is. See, many times we may have it is a transition is always from gross to subtle to causal. Many times we don't remember actually. Many of the dreams which we see we don't remember, but the transition is always in that way, from gross to subtle to causal. But in the Upanishad itself it mentions this. There is an intermediary state between the two states. That is also there. The dream and the waking. Between the waking and the dream, there is an intermediary state which the Upanishads talk about. But we are not very much aware of these things. So we only remember some dreams which are very palpable. We don't remember all the dreams. Sometimes we don't even know that we dreamt and we went into sleep. But it is happening. The transition is always from the gross to the subtle to the causal. That is the way it goes on. Actually, again, these are not actually speaking three different things. This is what all these ideas of, this is all happening in dream actually. When illumination comes, you will see that it is all nothing but Atman and Atman alone. So we need to bring this light of the Atman to all our experiences. This is the secret actually. You need to shed this light of the Atman into whatever is happening here. Then you will never be confused about what you are experiencing and what you are dealing with in life. It will always be very clear. Yes?
So, as Shankaracharya says, that the word waking as well as dream is Manaspanda Matra, as also the deep sleep is the absence of the mana.
Yeah.
So, this mana is actually Antahkarana, which has different functions as mind, ego, and yes, my personal question.
It's an observation actually.
Yeah.
It's a good, it's the right word. Vivekananda, you were saying something?
Well, I'm just, what you said I think between the dream state and the individual state, the movie in the dream has much more material because it has all our lifetimes.
Pardon?
The movie in the dream state for the individual has much more material because it has all our lifetimes of samskaras. So would it be that our identification is not necessarily limited to this mind-body-ego complex?
Which mind-body you're talking about? The gross waking?
Yes.
Deepak Maharaj, see in the dream also there is a Deepak. Is it not? That Deepak Maharaj is totally different from this Deepak Maharaj, the waking Deepak Maharaj. That is the mystery of it. In the dream also you experience you are there. Is it not? In the dream also you experience that you are there. But that entity is totally different from this entity. This Deepak and that Deepak, they are unconnected. In a way they are unconnected. That is why whatever experiences that Deepak goes through in dream, you may go through some very horrible experiences there. But when the dream is broken, you never identify yourself. This waking Deepak never identifies himself with that dream Deepak. Is it not? We never do that. We cannot do it because the moment you have woken up, you don't have to be told that was unreal. We never give any sense of reality to the dream experience, no matter what we experience there. So that is totally different. That entity is totally unconnected with the so-called the entity of the waking. That's fine.
Maharaj, on that follow-up, how would you explain like spiritual dreams? Sometimes spiritual dreams.
Yeah. These spiritual dreams, they are all nothing but, see, now, it's a very beautiful question it is. Now, when we are to the waking state, now what is dream? Dream is nothing but the samskaras, the impressions which are left in the waking state, which gets activated there. As I said, see, it's all the play of mind only. What Shankaracharya is saying. It is all manaspandanam only. Here you have created certain kinds of mental impressions in the waking state, consciously you have created. Now we have to say that you have created. Actually nothing is happening. This is also dream. See, Deepak Maharaj, this is also dream going on. In this waking, there's nothing called waking. This is also another dream which is going on. But for the time being, for our, just to facilitate our understanding, we have to assume that this is the waking state. And in this waking state, consciously you are doing sadhana. You are doing spiritual practices. Now those impressions of spiritual practices, like you are meditating on Sri Ramakrishna, wonderful, wonderful. So Sri Ramakrishna, that impression is imprinted on your mind. Now, when you leave this state, you are not leaving. Actually, the mind it's one continuum. It's all mind only. It's one continuum. Here, mind in a gross form, the same mind begins to function there in a subtle form. So these impressions of Ramakrishna which you have left, which you consciously created in your mind, that gets activated there. You begin to experience that. But that is also mind only. But that impression is a good impression. All these divine dreams, they are all indicators. I always tell this point. They indicate that what is happening in your mind, so-called mind, is becoming purified. In an impure mind, this Viveka cannot take place. For this Viveka to become activated, there has to be some amount of purity in the mind. So that is all these divine dreams and divine forms which we see, we do see. We should never mistake that to be real spiritual experience. No. That is not a real spiritual experience as such. But they are all very strong indicators that you are spiritually awakening. That should not be taken to be an end of spiritual experience. No. They are all good indicators. They are indicating that my mind is becoming purer and purer. You begin to see, when you practice seeing divinity with the open eyes, in the dream also you will be seeing divine dreams. It's one mind, no? There are not two minds. That is what Shankaracharya is saying. There are not two minds. It is one mind. We are experiencing mind. Atman is experiencing mind. That's all. Gross and subtle. That's all.
Sometimes we dream the future also.
Future.
Picture thing. Picturing is sometimes.
It's all play of the mind only. Yes. Understand it. Always see. Why are you giving emphasis to dream? Emphasize the Atman, the seer of the dream. We are all busy with the dream again. This is the problem. See, the human tendency is always to cling to the dream. Emphasize the seer of the dream. This is what the Upanishad is. Why are you emphasizing the dream part? Emphasize the seer of the dream. Again, we are committing this mistake. Always take the stand of the witness. Who is seeing this dream? Emphasize that point. You see, everything will be clear. Dream is a dream after all. Whether future dream or past dream, divine dream, dream is dream. You take the stance of the witness, the Atman. That's the way. Yeah.
Maharaj, even after Swami Vivekananda passed away, there is a devotee who took Mantra Diksha in the dream state. And also few devotees took Mantra Diksha from Holy Mother also in the dream state.
Yes.
So how do we understand these kind of dreams?
This is also part of the same Leela. Now here we have to again go back to the source of this whole discussion. If you remember, what was the definition of Maya, Vivek Chudamani? Paramesha Shakti. Understand? After all, come on, let us now. Actually, our whole discussion is not complete. That is why these questions are cropping up. Ultimately, what is existing? It is all divine, is it not? What is the ultimate picture? Sarvam hi etad Brahma. Where is the world? Where is the dream? It is all Brahman only. Is it not? If Brahman can appear in the form of the waking and the dream, and so Brahman takes the form of these experiences also. It is that Paramesha Shakti. Now, if you just go by the definition given by Shankaracharya of this Mahamaya, what is that? Avyaktanami Paramesha Shakti. What is this Mahamaya? It is Brahman's own Shakti. Now, let me tell you one thing. Now, here we are making a distinction between the seer and the seen. This is also a lower standpoint. This is also a lower standpoint. We have not come to the higher standpoint. You are making a distinction between the seer and the seen. And what we are seeing here, we are saying that
That is not Atman.
That is not Atman. This is what we are saying. Actually, whatever we are seeing, it's all Atman only. This is what the second mantra of the Upanishad is saying. What you rejected as the word, Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam, this entire objective experience, what is this, the thing which you are experiencing? It is all nothing but Brahman and Brahman alone. It is God alone. Now, if this is the plain truth, now tell me, where is the problem? That Brahman in a certain form can do all these things. If that Brahman can appear in the form of this appearance, if that Brahman can take the form of the dream experience, that Brahman can take the form of some divine entity guiding another so-called Jiva to help him to have spiritual realization. Why can't it happen? But it's all Brahman. The point is, it is all Brahman. It's all Paramesha Shakti. It is all Divine Mother. She is playing. She is playing in the form of Vivekananda. Where is Vivekananda there? It is Paramesha Shakti. Brahman and Brahman Shakti in the form of Ramakrishna, in the form of Vivekananda, in the form of another Jiva who is striving to get spiritual illumination. It is a play of Paramesha Shakti is going on. Paramesha Shakti in the form of a guide, and Paramesha Shakti in the form of the person who is being guided. You understand? Everything is fine. The conclusion is what? Dream, waking, sleep. It's all Paramesha Shakti only. Dream, waking, sleep. Whatever we are experiencing, what is it? It is Brahman and Brahman Shakti. Everything is divine. This is what is the conclusion of all the scriptures. So in that everything is possible. Why not? So we are saying that somebody was initiated in the dream. You are saying it is dream. It was all divine. Now in ignorance we say that this is waking state. To say that this is waking state and this is dream state, we are still ignorant actually. Illumination has not come. This is just on the way. When ultimate illumination comes, there is nothing like waking, dream and sleep. It is all Paramesha Shakti, Brahman and Brahman Shakti playing the game. You understand? So everything is possible. Why not? So there is nothing called unreal then. What is unreal? Brahman and Brahman Shakti alone is existing. It is Brahman and Brahman Shakti in the form of waking. So-called waking. Where is waking? It is Paramesha Shakti. What is your dream? It is Paramesha Shakti. What is your sleep? It is Paramesha Shakti. All the three quarters, they are all what? Coin. It is coin and coin Shakti appearing in the form of the three quarters. Now we have not come to that point. That is why these questions are coming up. Yes, Ramkul?
Maharaj, you said that in the waking state, we have to go into that pragya state for an illumination to get an understanding of the pure Atma. So, and there's other than that, everything is Manaspandan. So, is yoga philosophy, we have to go into the Nirvikam Samadhi.
Yoga.
In the yoga philosophy, they say yoga chitta vritti, so chitta vritti is something similar to Manaspandana, if I get it right.
Yes.
So, is the practice of the what is given in the Ashtanga Yoga necessary, or is the right understanding of Mandukya?
No, practice of Ashtanga Yoga is beautiful, but don't conclude with the conclusion of Ashtanga Yoga. That is where Vedanta differs. The initial practices are all same thing, they are not different. Vedanta takes the whole of Patanjali and Sankhya system, only it differs with the final conclusion. So don't take the conclusion of Sankhya and Yoga. Conclusion of the Sankhya and Yoga should be, conclusion should be of the Upanishads, not of Yoga and Sankhya. But the strategy, the whole Ashtanga Yoga is beautiful, wonderful. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Amazing, wonderful. All those things can be taken up. Shankaracharya very strongly recommends it. Take up all those beautiful steps, put it into practice. But Upanishads, they differ with the conclusions of Sankhya. Sankhya is Dvaitavadi. This is Advaita. There are no two entities. So don't get confused with the conclusion of Sankhya. That's fine. So one more question we can take and we can. Yes, Sahil, what is that? Siraj, no?
Siraj.
Ah, yes.
Last time you called me Sai.
Yes.
Okay, so my question is, so Siraj is the object. Atman is experiencing three stages through Siraj.
Siraj is also the object which is being experienced. Okay, fine.
Now, so Runalika also is the same. Now,
Same.
if because of my ignorance I am differentiating this, but actually everything is Atman and Atman only.
Exactly. Yes. You take the screen and movie analogy. Siraj is inside that movie. Runalika is also inside that movie. Actually, does Siraj and Runalika really exist? That is the question. What is actually, even when Runalika and Siraj are being perceived, what is actually existing is Atman, the screen. The entities and the characters inside the movie, tell me, when you go to a cinema theatre, you're watching a movie, you can just take it, you can assume that you are the hero of that movie and Runalika is the heroine of that movie. Okay? You take it that way. You are the two characters. Now, when the movie is going on, in which Siraj is there and Runalika is there, tell me what is actually existing there. Is Siraj and Runalika really existing? That is the point. You are actually that screen. So somewhere you have taken it for granted that Siraj and Pranalika, they are actually existing. Now, even now, the Shuddhidananda is not actually existing. This will go away. What is even now exist? This is just one of the three quarters is appearing in the form of this gross Shuddhidananda. Here itself there is subtle dimension and the causal dimension, and the real entity is the Atman, and Atman Shakti is appearing in the form of Shuddhidananda actually. You take it that way. Atman's Shakti is appearing in the form of Shuddhidananda. Atman Shakti is appearing in the form of Viveka, in the form of Father Kasyan, in the form of Kaustav. It is all Atman and Atman Shakti. So you see, that this very understanding makes us experience that we are all divine. It is all Atman and Atman Shakti, every individual. Where is Jayaprada? It is Paramesha Shakti. Atman and Atman Shakti. There is no entity called Jayaprada. Where is Shakuntala? It is Atman and Atman's Shakti. Where is Shakuntala? This is what the Upanishads teach us. So with this vision, if you really experience this, then where is the world? It is Atman and Atman Shakti. It is Brahma Shakti. And Brahman and Shakti are not two entities. It is one. This is the Paramahansa. Let's stop.
Where is
Your tea is getting cold.
Where is Om in all this? I am trying to.
Oh, wait, we are coming to that point. See, now he's asking where is the Om in all this things. In this whole discussion, Om is lost now. We'll come to that. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. See, lot of food for manana. Just imagine how much churning is required. All your wrong ideas has to be replaced by the right idea and right vision. This is what is mananam, Jayapradaji. Very difficult, no? But this is what is the truth. This is the plain truth. Plain truth. Whether you accept it or not, Upanishad speaks the plain truth. You take it, you are eliminated. You don't take it, fine, go on. It's like that. So lot of Maranam is required. Marana means revising our mental world. Again, I remind this. You have to revise all those old ideas about one's own self and our ideas about the world which we are perceiving. This has to be transformed. Unless that is transformed, we don't make true spiritual progress. We are somewhere caught up in all these imaginary ideas. This imaginary view of the human being and the imaginary view of the three quarters called the world. This has to go away. See the truth as it is. Follow the Upanishads. That's the point.